Hello guys, thanks for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. But if this is not your first time, you keep coming back, thanks a lot. You are well appreciated. My name is Unwa Jitor and I'm a teens coach. Today we'll be talking about journaling. The how, the why, and the what. Stay tuned to the end. Yeah, I know to many people you'll be like, journaling? It's so ancient. Who writes when we can type? Who writes when we can just put it in my space, whatever that means? But then, journaling is preferable with pen and paper. Yes. I know there are several apps that could help you do this. I know there are several things that could help you do all of that. But the real feel of journaling is getting a journal and writing on the inside of it. Yeah, that's what journaling is. So what's journaling? Journaling is doing any kind of personal writing, as in any form of personal writing at all is termed journaling. So you can journal about any and everything. I've been journaling for as long as I can't remember, but I have been writing for God knows how long right now. Very, very far back. But a journal is any kind of personal writing. So keeping a diary, to me, I think is a personal writing. Even in writing letters, back then in secondary school, we had 2 weeks break, 3 weeks break, one long vacation. My friends and I, we will keep writing back and forth. And guess what? We're not writing 1 page. We're not writing 2 pages. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long note pages of letters. I mean, we just left school. What are you writing? But we will keep writing till we meet again in school. We go back again on vacation. We keep writing. So I've actually been writing for a very long time. But those ones are letters. So a journal is not a diary either, where you just pour out all your thoughts, your mind, or everything that happened throughout the day or something like that. But it's not necessarily a diary. But some people might term a diary, keeping a diary, as journaling. So I fall into the category that believe that keeping a diary is also part of journaling. So yeah, let's get into it. Why journaling? Why? Why should I journal? Why? Who does that? So what? Why? Number one, I think things are clearer when you write them down. In our mind, things are muddled up, as in it's all very busy in there. Everything just a mumbo jumbo. But when you write it out, when you write it down, things get clearer. And besides, the Bible also says, write the vision. Write the vision. So make it plain. Write. So that's writing. That's what it is. So write it down. Write everything down. It makes things clearer. So that's one why. 2, then what you write, you learn. Can you remember those days in school where if you were like me, but then back in school, university days, I would write while I'm reading. I will have this sheet of paper, middle page of a notebook that I have folded into like 8 sections. As I'm reading, I'm jotting down into bullet points. Now, most people felt that was for me to take into the exam hall. No, boo, it's not to carry it into the exam hall, but I was just rewriting what I have learned on a sheet of paper. So what you actually write down, you learn it, you are getting it, you are making it clearer. And as you are making it clearer, you are actually teaching yourself again what you have just written. So what you write, you learn. Reflective writing improves decision making and critical thinking. Now, by the time you are reflecting over things and you are writing it down, you find out that your head is clearer and you make right decisions. So you don't just jump at things, or as things happen, you just do it. As you feel, you just make decisions. No, by the time you take out time to write out, you find out that things become clearer and you make better decisions and judgments. What you write, you are more likely to achieve. When you write it down, you are seeing it clearly, and then you are telling yourself, these things I must achieve, or these things I must do. This is more important, or this is leaning towards the goal journaling, as in when you are writing out your goals and the things that you need to do, planning out stuff, you are more likely to achieve it when it's written down than when it's just there in your head, locked up at the back of your head somewhere. Oh, I want to do this. I would love to achieve this. Maybe I should begin to do this more. You tend to forget because life happens, things happen. So you tend to forget these things. But when you write them down, you always remember it. So journaling helps you clear your mind, and it also helps you heal. So when you write down things that you went through, either a traumatic situation or something, you find out that it's a healing process. For people that have been traumatized before, opening up about it starts the healing process. So you might not want to tell it to anybody, or you feel you trust no one right now as it is. So you want to pour it out rather in a book. You want to write it all out in a journal. So doing that helps you clear your mind, and then you begin your healing process. So it actually helps us to heal. So now let's go to the how. See, don't think about it. The number one rule I will say about journaling is do not think about it. You think about it, you will never start. So don't think about it as a suitor skin. Who does that? Who writes? No, I'm not going to do that. Just don't think about it. Just start. Some of us started journaling on pieces of paper. I could so have plenty pieces of paper that are important to me. So don't trash it and don't read it. It's not yours, it's mine. But they're just little flimsy pieces of paper everywhere. I remember clearly that was how I started journaling. So instead of having plenty papers everywhere, I had to get a book. I remember my first journal was a jotter, like a notepad, those smallish notepads that flip this way. That was the first one I ever had that I started writing in. Then I graduated to being conscious of buying books to journal in. So don't think about it, just do it. Then the next thing you should do is to get yourself a journal and a pen. That pen remains in your journal. It goes nowhere. It is strictly for your journal. Then I will advise, don't get an exercise book that have line. It will make you feel you're writing assignment and that you want to submit to your teacher. So get a sketchbook, get a drawing book, get a notepad, get anything at all and design it the way you like. So it might even be a journal for sketches if you are a designer or whatever it is that you do. So just get a notepad that speaks to you, or get a journal that speaks to you. Here I would love to say Just Journals. I think that's their name. I've gotten some journals from her, and then they do beautiful journals. Very lovely journals, ranging, and they can do it to your spec, how you want it to be. Mine was done the way I wanted it to be. So they do different kinds of journal. If you have one that you want for yourself, they're going to do a journal for you. Don't worry, it's not an advert, it's free ad. I'm just trying to let you know that there are people who are into doing journals. So should you want one, go ahead and purchase one. Start writing. You've gotten yourself a journal, start writing. So most times people start journaling by asking themselves some great questions. So ask some questions that work. Why is my life like this? That's a way to start. Why am I like this? Either you find out that you're always complaining, or people just throw you out most of the time, or people don't appreciate you enough, you're not appreciated enough, something, you hardly reach your goals, something. It can be anything. Ask the right questions. Now, once you start asking those questions, those are the right times to start journaling and to journal about those things that you just asked questions about. So when it has to do with life improvement, if the journaling you want to do is about improving your life, get a journal. Divide your journal into different sections, okay? When you divide your journal into different sections, then you can monitor those segments of your life by writing in them. So do you read books and then you want to take notes of the books you've been reading? You tend to forget the title of my book. Which book did I read last? I can't even remember. So now that is something to journal about. So make your journal into segments, different segments. So after you've partitioned it, it can just be 4 segments. It can be 3 segments, 3 things you want to work on, whatever it is. So if it is books, let the first segment be book notes. The second, if it's your health, you put there health. If it's gratitude, you put there gratitude. So that's you section it. So now every day you are writing in your journal. Maybe not every day, but as you read the books, you can now put the notes and the points that you have gathered in that journal. Then people ask, how often do I journal? My dear, there is no rationing and there is no, how do I say it? It's not rigid. It's not a do or die something. You write as it comes to mind. Write as often as you deem it fit. Write as often as it comes to mind to write. Okay? So don't be too rigid about it, wanting to hit yourself and beat yourself up. Just write as often as you can. Embrace slowness. Many times we don't learn how to spend time with our thoughts. So you should sit back and just let your thoughts flow. As your thoughts flow, you write. That's journaling. So spend time with your thoughts. Don't rush it. There will be the urge to, let me go up to something else. Don't do that. Spend time with your thoughts. So as the thoughts are coming, just keep pouring it out. In a book, just keep writing it out. Continue doing that. And then you find out that it's actually mind cleansing. The last thing I would like to say on the how is don't make it sound good. Okay, don't go back and edit what you have written. Don't do that. There's nobody reading it. It's yours. It's your own. It's your journal. So as your mind works, as your thoughts flow, just keep putting it down. So don't make it sound so good. You're putting punctuation marks. You're doing, see, even when you're saying the world goes round, you can draw the world. Yes, you can draw the world with it spinning round if you can do that. Do anything. If your thought is about a boy crossing the road with a mother holding, draw it there. If that is what you are seeing, put it there. It's your journal. It's nobody's journal. Nobody will hold you responsible for what you have done in your journal. If you also journal, kindly leave a comment below telling me what you journal about or how you started journaling. What benefits have you had so far from journaling? We would like to hear from you, and your comments, like I always say, will help another. So don't forget to comment below. Thanks a lot for watching this video to this point. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click the subscribe button. It is free, very free. So just click the subscribe button and join the family, and the notification bell right after the subscription button. Thanks a lot for watching this video to this point. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.